my name is AJ Gupta, and I'm one of 5 peak performance strategists from the Tony Robbins Company. There's only 5 of us in the entire nation. Okay? The first time I went to one of Tony Robbins' events was 13 years ago when I was 9 years old. Okay? No joke. My parents dragged me to one of Tony Robbins' events, and I've been going ever since. And I was telling Ron this story a little bit earlier today. I've been going to his event every year. And Tony's wife actually came up to me in late July and said to me, "Hey, you, I see you here every year. Who are you?" And I said, "My name is AJ Gupta." She goes, "You want to work for our company?" And I said, "Yes." And I had no idea what I was signing up for, but I just said yes. And I did like a couple months of training towards the end of last year, and I'm here today. I travel all around the world, 3 different countries a year, 3 different cities a year, speaking to businesses all around this country. And I'm so happy to be here today to be able to, share the stage with you. So first of all, let's give yourselves a huge round of applause for being here today. So right now they're passing out a worksheet, and one of the best members of our team, he's the top member of our team. He's been with the company for 3.5 years, and he flew all the way from California this morning to be here today, and he's stuck in traffic. He should be here in 1 or 2 minutes. He's also a very good personal friend of mine. But before I introduce you to him, I want to get started. So, does everyone have a sheet of paper? By a show of hands, how many of you know who Tony Robbins is? Have heard of Tony Robbins? Excellent. How many of you do not know who Tony Robbins is? Raise your hand. Okay, great. Tony Robbins is the leading authority in leadership, negotiation, and peak performance. He has directly impacted the lives of over 50 million people from 100 nations. He is a leader called upon leaders. My friends, he has worked with people like Michael Jordan, Michael Dell, Serena Williams, Donald Trump, Oprah Winfrey, 3 of the 5 last United States presidents. American Express puts Tony Robbins in the top 6 people in the world to turn your business around in today's economy. Now, why do you think all these successful people go to Tony Robbins? Why do you think? Not everyone at once, guys, not everyone. Right? Why do you think all these successful people go to see Tony Robbins?
They want to learn his secret for success.
Secret for success. I love that answer, right? And isn't that why we're here today? To really produce better results in our business and our personal life. True, yes or no? Yes. True, yes or no? Yes. Great. Now, before I begin, I just want to really acknowledge you for being here today. We all live very busy lives. And by you being here today, it proves to yourself that you're committed to stepping up and taking action in your business and personal life. So give yourselves, again, another huge round of applause for making that happen. Excellent. In order to get the most out of the little time we have today, we're going to need to participate and play full out. Okay? Research shows that if you sit in your chair passively, like you did in 7th grade algebra class. How many of you remember your 7th grade algebra class? Right? A few of you, right? A long time ago. But information goes in one ear and out the other. And retention level was at 10%. But if you do small things like write notes down, ask questions, shout back answers, raise your hands, retention level goes all the way up to 90%. So having said that, is this a committed team, yes or no? Yes. Come on, is this a committed team, yes or no? Yes. Is this team committed to making more money this year than ever before? Say yes. Yes. Great. Then turn to your neighbor and say, I'm committed. Are you? Excellent. I love this commitment, okay? Fantastic. My friends, Tony Robbins has always asked this one question, okay? What determines our success? What determines our success? Can anybody here tell me what determines their success? Happiness. Fantastic answer. Yes. Passion. Huge. Having a goal and a plan. So effort. Those are all great answers. Write this one down. Our patterns. Under BP in the first box, P stands for patterns. Patterns, sorry. You're welcome. It's my English accent. right? P stands for patterns. Now, who here can tell me what a pattern is? I heard something. A habit, precisely. How many of us have good habits? Raise your hand. All right, let's try this again. How many of you brushed your teeth this morning? Raise your hand. Great, that's what I'd like to see, right? And if you didn't, you know, stay away from those people, right? How many of you have bad habits? Raise both hands. Great, I appreciate your honesty. My friends, I want to do a quick example. I need everyone to just stand up for a second and put your hands 6 inches apart from each other. Six inches apart. Okay, great. Now, my friends, when I say 1, 2, 3, go, I want you to clap your hands. Are you guys ready? Yes. Are you guys ready? Yes. Okay, 1, 2, 3, go. 1, 2, 3, go. 1, 2, 3, go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Now, wait a second. I didn't say go, right? See how quickly you created a pattern? By the fourth clap, you learned a pattern. Now, some of you clapped because you saw me clap. And some of you clapped because you heard me clap. And some of you were just getting into clapping, right? Now this time, my friends, I want you to intermingle your fingers like this. Okay? Intermingle your fingers. Now look at your thumbs. How many of you, by a show of hands, have your left thumb over your right thumb? Look around the room. If your left thumb is over your right thumb, scientific research shows that if your left thumb is over your right thumb, you are creative, incredibly sexy. Wait. I'm not done. And you're an amazing lover. He's like, sweet, right? That's right. Go figure. That's what I like. Right? How many of you have your right thumb over your left? Raise your hand. Wow, look around the room. Some of you are like, I don't even want to raise my hand. You know? Scientific research shows that if your right thumb is over your left thumb, you are the logical thinker of the group. And you're most likely to become a millionaire. Oh, yeah. Now, is anyone switching? Do I want the sex or the money? My man says, the money will buy the sex, right? Now, this time I want you to switch your thumbs. How does that feel? Why? It's not your pattern. It feels awkward because I broke your pattern. Sometimes, my friends, do our patterns, take us down a road that is not producing the results that someone with our talent, skill, and knowledge deserves to be producing. When our knowledge comes up against our habits, doesn't our habits always win? So today, my friends, do I have your permission to take you at the edge of your comfort zone, even if at times it may feel a little bit uncomfortable today? Yes or no? Yes. Okay, great. Take a seat. Yeah, right. Let's go straight into business. Okay? My friends, on a scale of 1 to 10, think about the scale, 1 to 10, in your mind, 1 to 10. 1 being you are absolutely hating the results in your business. Okay? You're only scratching maybe 5 to 10% of your full potential. You're not making anywhere close to the money you deserve to be making. And 10 being you're doing so great in your business, you could write a manual on success for your company. If Warren Buffett needed advice on business, he would come to you for advice. That's a level 10. Okay? So think about where you are on a scale of 1 to 10. And 5 is somewhere in the middle. Go ahead and write your number down on your piece of paper, anywhere on that piece of paper, where you are on a scale of 1 to 10. By a show of hands, how many of you are at a level 1 or a 2? Okay, great. 3 or 4? By a show of hands, come on, raise your hands high. 3 or 4? 5 or 6? Okay, great. 7 or 8? 9 or 10? Fantastic. So I'm just going to say, on average, as a team, we're around a 6. Now, my friends, I have some great news for you. Amazing news for you. If most of you are playing at a level 6 or below, all that tells us is that you're leaving 40% of your income on the table every single day. And if there was ever a time you could not afford to leave 40% on the table, it's when? It's when? Now. So let's go and get that money off the table and put it right back into your pocket where it belongs. Who here would love a 40% raise in the next business quarter by a show of hands? That's right, right? I can show you how to do that in just 3 days at the end of our workshop today. But I have a serious question for you, my friends. Very serious question, right? No pain, no gain, right? What is holding you back from playing a level 9 or a 10 in your business? Okay, you want to be 100% honest with yourself here, not me. On the left-hand side of your piece of paper, it says there's 9 lines. Write 3 or 4 things that are really holding you back from playing a level 9 or a 10 in your business. Take as long as you need in the next 4 minutes. Write those answers down. A couple volunteers to share one of the things they wrote down, please. Yes, sir.
Economic conditions.
Economic conditions, huge. Great, thank you for that answer. How many also believe that economic conditions are really holding them back from playing a level 9 or a 10 in their business? Raise your hand. Great, thank you for sharing. Someone else? Willingness to risk. Perfect, thank you for sharing. Yes, sir.
Advanced knowledge.
Advanced knowledge, knowledge, huge. How many also believe their knowledge is really holding them back from playing a level 9 or a 10 in their business? Raise your hand. Great, thank you. I appreciate that answer. Someone from the, yes?
Time management.
Time. Time is huge, right? That's our number 1 answer all across the country, time, right? How many believe time is holding them back from playing a level 9 or 10? There's not enough time in the day, right? Great, thank you for sharing. Was it someone from that table that had their hand up? One answer. Yes?
Unknown.
Say that again?
The unknown.
The unknown, fear of the unknown. Huge. Fear of the unknown. 2 more answers.
Resources.
Resources, huge. Great, thank you. I appreciate the answer. How many believe procrastination is really holding them back from playing a level 9 or a 10? Procrastination, raise your hand. Yeah? And the rest of you raise your hands next week, right? Great. How many believe that to be really successful in all areas of your life, you need to have a planned strategy, commit to executing that plan daily, and to have an unstoppable mindset? True, yes or no? Yes. How many of you would also agree, my friends, that some of the reasons why you're not playing at a level 9 or a 10 in your business are the same reasons that are holding you back in other areas of your life? True? Because isn't it true that every area of your life affects other areas of your life? Yes. Right? Does your health affect your work? Yes or no? Yes. Does your work affect your income? Yes or no? Yes. Does your income affect your relationships? Yes or no? Yes. Right? So these are all great reasons, but what are they really? Excuses, right? Precisely. In the Tony Robbins environment, we call this our BS. What is it? Our BS. Everyone say belief systems. I don't know what you guys were thinking, right? Everyone say belief systems. Belief systems, correct. Tony Robbins has helped millions of people achieve amazing results at our Unleash the Power Within event. He has always asked this one question. Write this down. What is the difference that makes the difference? What is the difference that makes the difference? In other words, why would someone in one business be producing amazing results, making more money than they've ever dreamed of making, and the person literally in the desk next to them not produce anything at all? Why do some people have loving, amazing, passionate relationships and other people can never find a way? Why do some people always find the time to go to the gym, eat right, work out, and have tons of energy, and other people can never find the time? Why do some people always find a reason they can, and others always find a reason they can't. What is the difference that makes a difference? All those reasons are correct. I agree too. But there's one other answer that drives all those other answers, and that's your belief system. All human behavior is belief driven. Behind every action, there is a belief. How you feel about any given subject determines your thoughts, and your thoughts influence your decisions, and your decisions determine your actions, or lack of actions, which ultimately determine your result. So if this is true, what is the definition of a belief? I'll say it 3 times. Write this down. A belief is a feeling of absolute certainty. A belief is a feeling of absolute certainty. A belief is a feeling of absolute certainty. My friends, there are 2 types of beliefs. How many types? 2. Come on, guys. How many types?
2.
2. The first one is limiting belief. What do you think a limiting belief does? Or is? Precisely, right? Limiting belief stops you from taking massive action. They prevent you from getting everything you want to be, and everything you want to achieve in life. I call these our dream killers. The second is empowering beliefs. Empowering beliefs allow us to take massive action towards everything we want to be, everything we want to do, and everything we want to achieve in life. If there's one principle you can take from me today, my friends, take this. You will never out-earn, outsell, or outperform your belief system. John, correct?
Yes.
John cannot make $250 a year, $250,000 a year in his business if he only believes he can make $70,000. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Colleen, correct? Colleen? Colleen cannot find love and passion in a relationship if she believes there's nobody out there for her. Does that make sense? Let me ask you a question. 4 years ago, were there people in your business making a lot of money? Yes or no? Were there people in your business not making a lot of money? Yes or no? In today's economy, are there people in your business making a lot of money? Yes or no? Are there people not making a lot of money? There's no such thing as a bad market, just a bad mindset. I want you to remember this, and I want you to own this. If there's somebody out there doing it, you can too. Whether you believe it or not, you're correct. If you believe you can't do something, you can't. If you believe you can, it's only a matter of time, and you will. So right now, this is my favorite part of the workshop, and I want to introduce you to not only the leader of our team, but also a personal friend of mine. He's worked with Tony for the last three and a half years, delivering workshops to over 900 companies in the last 3.5 years. He's a man, his heart is made of gold. And it's my privilege and honor to be able to introduce you to him today. He flew all the way from California today. I want everyone to give him a huge round of applause. My friend, Lee Asher. Thanks, buddy.
How are you, man?
Yeah, good.
Heart of gold. I don't know about that. Jeez. Big intro. How's everyone doing? Good. How'd AJ do? Good. Good? Awesome. He's one of my best friends. He's doing great. I've been fortunate enough to know AJ for about 8 or 9 months now, and I see I think he's going to do outstanding. Let's do it at that. How's everyone doing so far? Good. Outstanding. Everyone, my name is Lee Asher. I'm one of 5 peak performance strategists and national speakers from the Tony Robbins Company. Been with Tony Robbins for about 3.5 years. I've known him for about 10 years. Fortunate enough to be trained by him. I'm not related to him. I know I look like him. If you don't know what he looks like, just imagine me 10 years later. It's Tony Robbins. But these are great stuff. I've been here for about 20 minutes so far. Heard your answers. And where we're at right now, the reason why this is the most important part, and the reason why AJ actually turned it over to me, it's actually a pretty interesting story. When Tony Robbins was about 27 years old, he got a phone call from Ronald Reagan at 27 years old. And he wanted to be coached by Tony Robbins. And he was having a hard time breaking through to him. And he actually created these boxes right here. And these boxes answer a very important question, which is, why do we do what we do? Why do we do what we do? Why do the rich get richer, the poor get poorer, and the mediocre stay mediocre? And this is going to answer that question. You guys want to learn about this, yes or no?
Yes.
Oh, let me feel it, baby. Wake me up. You want to learn about this, yes or no? Yes. All right, let's say this. Let's say as a team right now, we want to produce very specific and very realistic results. And by the way, before I continue, you're going to hear me say this a lot, even though you don't know me that well. You're hearing me say this a lot. I say the word or words realistic. I say realistic or realistically all the time. The reason why I say that is, I think that people think just because I work for Tony Robbins, they think I'm like all about positive thinking, which just isn't true. Don't get me wrong, I don't mean to disagree with anyone's very personal beliefs. I do think positive thinking is great. I just don't think it's the only thing that gets people results. Okay, I think it's a key to success, not the key to success. In my opinion, I'd rather have someone who takes massive, massive action. All right, think about it. What happens if you have a very positive person who takes zero action? What do you have? You have a hippie, you know? So I don't know about you, but I don't want that on my team. So I want you to be realistic when you come up with these results, please. So take a second, stop what you're doing, stop what you're thinking, and really think about the results that you want to be making in your life. Not just financially, but also personally. So let's come up with 2 outcomes, please. So here's what you're going to do. The bottom left box, that R stands for results. And please have 2 results in there. 1 financial, 1 personal. Now before you write these down, I want to share something with you. The personal one, I'm not going to ask you. Reason being is, I'd like you to get very specific and crystal clear. So for example, if I asked you, what would you personally like to transform in your life? Health is not a good enough answer. Oh. Health. Okay. Would you say health?
Well, yeah, but I could get specific.
Now we're talking.
Sure.
So here's how this works. I'm not going to do this with everybody, but what's your name, love?
Kathy?
Kathy. So you want to be healthier?
Yes.
Yes. Listen to her certainty. I like that.
Exercise, yeah.
Why? Why do you want to be healthier?
I'm getting older.
So what's that make you feel like? If you were healthier, how would that make you feel?
Better. Good.
And what part about health do you want? Do you want to lose weight? Do you want to look better, more energy? Which one?
Yes, all of it.
All of the above.
Bring it on, baby.
And I wonder why I'm single. I think I can figure that out. Look, I can't figure out what women want. All right, so that's what you're going to do. In that results box, I'd like you to fill it in. Okay, so don't just put health. She said weight loss, energy, whatever it is for you. I want to look better, live longer. A relationship is not a good enough answer. Isn't it true, everyone? Unfortunately, there's a lot of relationships out there that should not be considered relationships. Is that true? True. Just someone else following someone else around. We don't want that. Why would someone want a relationship? The people who are laughing can relate. I feel bad. Tell me, why would someone want a relationship? Who wants to be alone? Because they want to be loved, they want a partner, they want a commitment. Okay? So whatever you truly want, write that down. The financial, just have an exact amount, please. You want to be making $100,000 a year? Is it $500,000 a year? But make it obtainable. All right, I had a meeting yesterday, someone put $1 billion. Let's not get carried away. All right? It's true. I want you to know it's realistic, make it obtainable. Put that in your result box. Give yourself about 30 seconds. Go for it. Again, I want to ask you the personal outcome, just the financial. And I want you to know you could do it. You know, I was in a very frustrating meeting yesterday. When I asked the gentleman what his number was, before he told me what his number was, he said, I don't believe I can do this, but this would be great. If you don't believe you can do it, there's no point to write it down. All right? Personal, financial. Let's hear some financial outcomes. Shout them out.
Save more.
$1 million a year. Now, are there people, who said that again? Who said that? Is that laughing because like you'd be excited, or you laughing like you don't think you could do it?
No, AJ told me you have your right thumb over your left.
Oh.
All right.
That's it. And let me ask you a question. What business are you in?
Thank you.
Banking. Are there people in your business that are making $1 million a year?
Not for bank? Well, yeah, CEOs.
CEOs? Do you want to be the CEO? No?
No.
Yes.
Not really? So how do you plan on making $1 million if you can't do it in banking?
On my own, in my own business.
Which is?
I own rental property.
Okay, so that's how you do it.
Yeah.
Now let me ask everybody a question, not just you. Are there people in the real estate business making $1 million a year, yes or no?
Yes.
Perfect. Now we have a realistic number. Now we have an outcome. And what we have, which is most important to me, what we have is proof. What we have is proof. We have documented proof that other people are making that amount of money in the business that she wants to make that amount of money in. Make sense? $1 million. What else? Let's hear a couple more. It could be lower. I know it's going to sound like an auction. It's not. It could be 100,000. It could be 2 million. Whatever it is. Let me hear a couple more, please. $500,000. Beautiful. What else? Yes. 300,000. Perfect. What else? How about you, sir? 100,000. Perfect. You, sir?
2 million.
2 million. Why not? It says all casually. 2 million. I'll take it. A couple more. How about you like? Wait. 100,000. Perfect. Sir? 150,000. All right. So we have about between $100,000 to $2 million a year. Are all these numbers in your business, real quickly, I know we're all in different businesses, but with the number that you wrote down, do you believe that these are obtainable with doing what you do for a living, yes or no? No. Yes. Okay, perfect. Now, in order to make that amount of money, in order to get these results, in order to make $100,000 a year, $200,000 a year, or $1 million, or especially $2 million a year, in order to accomplish your personal goal that you wrote down, whether it's a beautiful relationship or health, whatever it is, what do you have to take every single day, no matter what? Specific, measurable, and massive what? Action. Massive action, without a doubt. But notice how easy of a question that was. I feel like a lot of people already know this from other speakers or books or just common sense. If you want to make more money, if you want more results, you take more action. It's that simple. But my belief is not many people really know what taking massive, massive action is all about. I'm sure most of you do, but if you really do, you know that it's not just working a little bit harder or a little bit smarter. It's not just being a little bit more committed. Because only you know you better than anyone else on the planet. When you come home at night and you say, I worked so hard today, how do you say it? How's your physiology? Are you happy about the work that you did? Are you stressed about it? What is taking massive action to you? So here's why I say this. Can you do me a favor? Put your stuff down. Just relax in your chair just for a second. Stop what you're doing. Stop what you're thinking. And I'd like you to imagine something, please. I'd like you to please stop and imagine that if you made a commitment right now, imagine and think about this. If you made a commitment to yourself and to your family right now, that starting tomorrow, you were going to wake up at your absolute best. What would you do starting tomorrow? What would you do? If you were to start your day tomorrow at your absolute best and you multiplied that times 5, what would you do? Not just in your business, but in every area of your life. A commitment to be your best, and you combine that with an unbelievable work ethic. What would you do tomorrow? Because I can promise you this, my friends, what you would do starting tomorrow, if you held true to that commitment, that's taking massive action. And not a damn thing, especially these things right here, would be able to stop you. No way. And no one in this room, and I don't know you personally, so I say this out of respect, but nobody in this room can give me a good reason of why you cannot be that person. You have it in you, it's right there. All you need to do is prove to yourself that it's there. Because once you get that feeling of what being your absolute best is like, and some of you are already there, I can see it. But once you get that feeling of what it's like, you will never let it leave your side. Not for a second, not for a minute. And it becomes contagious. That's where leaders are born. That's where freedom lies. And there's nothing like it. That's when you come home and you say, I worked my ass off today and it feels great. There's no stress. There's no complaints. That's called 100% commitment, and there's nothing better. That's called, my friends, massive, massive action. And that's what it takes to get the results you truly want in your life. Bottom right box, A stands for action. Now, in order to take this action, in order to have this unstoppable mindset, in order to be your absolute best, then tell me, how much of your potential do you need to tap into? How much of your potential?
All of it.
All of it. And watch this. At what time of the day, very important question, at what time of the day are you subconsciously making the decision of how much of your potential you're going to tap into on that day? What time of the day? Exactly. As soon as you open your eyes. So ask yourself right now, what do I do as soon as I open my eyes? Do I look at the clock and say, crap, it's the morning? Or do you think about all the opportunity you have? Do you jump out of bed, do a breathing exercise, do you go right to the, what do you do? Because that's when you're tapping into your potential right there. And watch this, it gets even better. Let's create a little bit of pain, because I want you to remember something, everyone. Pain equals results. What do most people do when they feel pain? What do? They pull back. But most people in life aren't very, very successful. Don't be part of the majority, be part of the minority. If you're experiencing pain in any area of your life, most likely you're outside of your what? That's right. And where's the only place a human being can grow? Outside of your what? Proven to be true. Pain equals results. Okay? So watch this. How much would it cost you? How much would it cost you to access 100% of your potential? How much would that cost? Nothing. Not a penny. But look at your results box. Look at your results box now. Because that's how much it's costing you to access anything less than 100%. Think about that. That's called pain. That's a reason to make a difference. It's a reason to transform. Top right box, peace and for potential. Now in my eyes, hopefully in your eyes too, this sounds great. These three things right here, they sound great. I want to access 100% of my potential. If I access 100% of my potential, what's going to happen? I will take massive, massive action. I'll be my absolute best. And of course, at the end of the month or the end of the year, I'll be getting the results I want to get. This sounds great. Would you agree?
Yeah.
But the most important piece of the puzzle is missing. The driving force to all this is missing. And it's not the positive thought. It's not the positive thinking. Team, if you want to access 100% of your potential and take massive action to get the results that you feel you deserve in your life, tell me please, what type of belief system do you need to have about the business that you're in, about our current market conditions, about our economy, about your old clients, your new clients, the people around you, but most importantly, if you want to get the results that you truly want to get in your life and more, what type of belief system do you need to have about yourself, about who you are as a person and what you can do for other people every single day? Limiting or empowering beliefs? What kind? Empowering. And that's a must. That's an absolute must, not a should. Now, it's not that you should have empowering beliefs, you must. What happens to people say, I should do this, I should do that? What do?
Nothing.
They should all over themselves, all right? It is a must. It is a must. In order for this to happen, it is a must that you have unstoppable, empowering beliefs. Top left box, B stands for beliefs. Now, it's fair to say, and I want you to know that I know this, not every single person in this room obviously has all of these limiting beliefs. There's no way you all relate to all of them. But is it fair to say most of us have at least one or two, yes or no?
Yes.
Does anybody have any limiting beliefs that are on your paper that are not on our whiteboard? Does anyone have anything? Real quickly. No? You have one? Go ahead here. Huge. Great answer. She feels she should be more committed. Commitment. Commitment. It's a commitment. And I always say this, you're either 100% committed or you're not committed at all. In any business, why half-ass something? There's no point. Please.
Dedication.
Great answer. Put that by commitment. Dedication. Any other big ones? Okay, here's what we have so far in case you can't read our beautiful handwriting. Lack of commitment, economic conditions, the willingness to risk, lack of knowledge, time management, dedication, fear of the unknown, or fear in general, just put that. Lack of resources, and of course, procrastination. Now let's think about your main ones. Do me a favor, whatever your main ones are, we're not going to go through the room. Circle your main one that sticks out to you the most. Which are the big ones that stick out to you the most? Now let's say we know someone in the room who is not getting the results they want to get. $2 million a year, $1 million, $300,000, $150,000, whatever it is, or the personal goals. They're not accomplishing those results. Now, what are some of the reasons? Now tell me your main ones. What are some of the reasons of why we won't get that results? What happens? What are they? Lack of what?
Time.
Lack of time. It's a bad economy. I have what? First thing comes to your mind, what?
Fear.
Great job. Fear. I don't have enough what? Resources, money, knowledge. Now we're talking. Don't be afraid of these things. Get them out into the open. Now what's going to happen on any day, any morning that you wake up and you start your day, you begin your day, with one or two of these limiting beliefs. On that day that you start with one or two of these limiting beliefs, right away, what's going to happen? Are you going to access more or less of your potential? Less. Now watch this. Team, do you think the amount of potential that you tap into every day affects the amount of actions that you take? Yes or no? Yes. 1,000%. Now, if you're going to access less of your potential as a human being, on that day, are you going to take more or less action in your business? Less. Now, if you take less action in your business, better yet, if you take less action in your life, do you get better or worse results? Do you make more or less money? Now, here's the scariest question I'll ask you of the meeting. As soon as you get the negative results, as soon as you make less money, what happens to your main limiting belief? What happens to that belief? Exactly. You reinforce it. You validate it. And here's why. People say it grows. I like what you just said because you skipped a step. As soon as you reinforce it, as soon as you validate it, that means it becomes proof. And when these beliefs are proven, you feed them. You're giving them food, you're giving them water, and then they what? They grow. They get bigger. They get stronger, and they take over. Because, my friends, nothing in life ever stays the same. Every day we are either growing or we are dying. As human beings, we are either moving forward or falling behind. When we allow our limiting beliefs to grow and take over, the next day we access less of our potential. We take even less action, and we get even worse results. And that red box around the cycle of success, that is called the negative success cycle. Those are the negative boxes. And if you are not getting the results that you truly in your heart want to be getting in this business or in any area of your life, it's one of two reasons, and that's it. That's it, and I have no hesitation saying that. Reason number one, we just started, we don't know what to do. We don't know the mechanics. I do agree the mechanics are important. If you don't know the 20% of success, it's the mechanics. If you don't know the mechanics, read the books, ask people who are already successful, and learn it. Learn the information. That's reason number one. Reason number two, which is the most common reason of all, is we know the business inside and out, we know the mechanics, but something is affecting our 80%. Something is getting in the way of our mindset. 80%, I'm sure AJ told you, 80% of success in your business, 80% of success in your life is your mindset. And that is the ability to have an unstoppable and unshakable mental attitude. To have 100% complete confidence and complete certainty in yourself, in this market, and in what you do every single day, knowing, not positive thinking. I'm talking about absolutely knowing that there are amazing and profitable opportunities everywhere around you. That level of certainty that nobody can take away from you. If every single person, let me tell you what certainty is. Let me tell you what a belief is. Positive thinking is when you have to say, I think I can do it. For sure, I could do it, I could do it. When you say, I think I can do it, I know I can do it, what are you really thinking in the back of your head? There's no way. There's no way. That's why I have to keep reminding myself every 5 minutes. I have to wear the t-shirt, I'm a rock star. Because I have to remind myself. No. When you have the whole world against you, the whole world is against you, and your physiology does not change. Your breathing pattern does not change. Your certainty level is through the roof. That is a belief. And that's what it takes to get these results, and that's it. And the only thing that affects that, mindset, my friends, are these things right here. These emotional blocks and inner conflicts called limiting beliefs. So my question to you is this, and tell me how you really feel, not just because you have a Tony Robbins lookalike up here. Tell me how you really feel. Do you believe if you really wanted to, and I'm not saying it's easy, I wouldn't do that because I've been through the experience. But if you really wanted to, do you think you could destroy them, yes or no?
Yes.
Why do you think so? Who created them? Well, it's not rocket science. If you have the power to create something, everyone, you have the same amount of power, even 10 times more, to destroy it. And if you could destroy these limiting beliefs and take your business and your life to the next level, when would you want to do that? When?
Now.
Oh, man. You know what happens? I've been working on this. After I fly, my mouth gets really dry and I'm really tall, so we get excited, we start to stutter. Sorry if I spit on you. People can never understand me. I know, and I think that's what had just happened, because I know for sure if you would have heard what I said, the whole room would have been like, now! So let me try that one more time. Sorry about that. Here's what I said. If you can destroy what has been holding you back most of your life and completely transform your life and take your business to the next level, When would you want to do that? When? Now! I knew that's what it was. Now we're talking. Now imagine this. Imagine if you stepped up in your business, you step up in your relationships, you step up in your life. You make a decision to never let one of these things ever hold you back again. And you go see the #1 success coach on the planet. A man named Tony Robbins, who literally specializes, he was born for this. His specialty is to destroy limiting beliefs. And you wake up the very next day with a brand new belief system. A belief system, everyone, that I like to call the truth. Because these do not have to be true. Do you believe that, yes or no?
Yes.
They don't have to be true. You made a decision that they were true at one point in your life. But it is in moments of decision that your destiny is shaped. So you must choose very, very wisely. So if these were not true about you, then what would you say about who you are? What would be the truth? Because I think, in my opinion, even though I don't know you that well, without these, you were the best of the best in your business, and anybody would be foolish not to do business with you. Because when everybody else goes here, where do you go? You raise the standard, you raise the bar, you take it to the very next level. That, my friends, is a mindset. If you were laser focused, imagine this person right now, play this movie in your head. If you were laser focused on your outcome, knowing, not positive thinking, knowing that you're going to get the results that you truly want. If you had massive energy, if you took massive action every single day with that mindset, with that attitude, then tell me now, how would you start your day? Every day, will you be accessing more or less of your potential?
More.
Every day, are you going to take more or less action?
More.
Do you think you get better or worse results?
Better.
That's next year. What would you get after that? Even better. Because team, we're not here to motivate you. You're already motivated. You wouldn't settle for anything less than the best. Nothing else. And we are a reflection of two things in life, just so you know. We are a reflection of two things in life. A, what we're willing to settle for, and B, what we believe in. A lot of people think value has a lot to do with it. I wouldn't necessarily agree with that. Isn't it true a lot of people value health, yes or no?
Yes.
Does that necessarily mean they're healthy?
No.
No. A lot of people value a beautiful relationship. Does that necessarily mean they have a beautiful relationship? No, but your belief system about health, your standards of what health should be, is a reflection of how healthy you are. Your belief system about this market or your business is a reflection of your results in this market, in this business. And the most powerful belief system you can have right now is the belief system about who? About yourself, about the way you see yourself, about the way you think other people look at you. And the belief system you have about yourself, my friends, that's how you show up every single day. It's how you move, it's how you speak, it's even the way you walk into a room. And if you do want a different result, which I'm not saying you do, I don't know you all personally, hopefully you do. Hopefully you do want to take to the next level. But if you do want a different result or better results, please tell me this. How is it physically or emotionally possible for making that happen without a different action? How? It's not. If you're driving in the wrong direction and you know in your heart, you know in your mind, you pass the exit. Everything about you is telling you pass the exit. But there's that little bit of fear there that you may not have. But you have this, we've been there, see? But you have the certainty that you did. So I don't recognize any. I was going to Florida, I'm all the way in Texas. What do you need to do?
Come back.
At least go left. Maybe go to the right. Stop, think about it. But what is the point of continuously driving the wrong way? What's the point?
Called insanity.
I was just going to say that, my man. What's Albert Einstein's definition of insanity? What is it?
Expecting different results.
If you took all those sentences and put it together, she's like, doing the same thing. Exactly. Actually, a lot of people know, right on. Doing the same thing. Or believing. Hopefully Albert doesn't get mad at me for changing it. Believing the same thing over and over and over again, expecting a different result, my friends, is insane. Success and failure, they're on the exact same street. They're right there. Success is just a little further down the road. Who here is committed to taking the action, destroying these limiting beliefs, and going further down the road with me today? If you're committed right now, then say yes.
Yes.
Oh, tell me how you really feel. Say yes.
Yes.
Then it is my privilege and it is my honor to share with all of you the best and the only solution for making this happen today. This solution has been proven worldwide for the past 36 years. From people like Donald Trump, Michael Jordan, Warren Buffett, his newest client, Oprah Winfrey. And there has to be a reason, one reason only if you think about it. Why do the most successful people in the world see the #1 success coach? Because the man gets the what? He gets the job done, he gets the results. He's done it for them, he'll do it for you. The event is called, if you could please write it down, the event is called UPW. It is July 18th to the 21st in Schaumburg at the Renaissance Convention Center. 40% of the people at this event will be from out of the state. He is right here in our backyard. Day 1 of the event, this is my favorite day. Now, you're going to have this conversation after. There's a 3.5-day event. Every day is transformational, but obviously one day is going to stick out to you the most. 90% of the audience has the transformation on day 3. About 8% has it on day 1. I was part of that 8%. Day 1 is called Turning Fear into Power. Turning fear into power, and you are going to learn the most important skill a human being could ever learn or own in your own life. And that is how to train and how to manage your own mind to get yourself into a peak, a certain state that fast. Not for 1 second allowing the outside world affecting your internal world. And then you put your fears to the test. This is not one of those events where you take notes, you're like, oh, this stuff is great, I'm going to try it when I get home. What do most people do when they get home? Nothing. I'll try it tomorrow. Tomorrow they forget what they were going to try. Right? What we do is we turn these actions into habits. At the end of day 1, you go outside, and it's a little bit intimidating. You walk outside, and you will see about 25 to 30 lanes of actual fire. Real life fire. When I first heard this, I thought it wasn't real fire. I saw it. It's fire. Okay? You walk outside, one of those lanes will be yours. You will own that lane. You'll walk up to the lane, you'll walk right up to it, and if Tony Robbins will say something, and it's at that moment, I know it sounds crazy, but it's at that moment that you're not looking at fire. You're looking at any fear, big or small, that you've ever had that has held you back in your life. Any fear whatsoever. And that is what you'll be staring at. Tony Robbins will say, go. You'll feel a slight touch on your shoulder. You will get yourself into state, and you will storm across 12 feet of hot coals, destroying all your fears. And you get across the fire, you see what you just did, and you freaking celebrate at a level 10 with everybody around you. And it's at that moment, my friends, that you realize one thing, and everyone thinks the same thing. It's at that moment you realize if you just walked across 12 feet of fire, nothing else will ever stand in your way again. Nothing. Day 1 alone will change your life. And here's what's beautiful about it. Will fear never affect you again? No, but anytime you do feel fear, even the slightest stress, anxiety, anything, you'll remember that firewalk, and it will get you right back into that state. That's day 1. After day 1, your life will never be the same again. That's the day that did it for me personally. Fortunately, I'm part of that 8%. Then we have day 2. Day 2 is not so much a transformational day, but let me ask you a question. In any business, in any relationship, how important is communication on a scale from 1 to 10?
10.
A 10. On day 2, you will learn how to master communication. You will learn how to build rapport with anyone you meet, how to influence anyone you build rapport with, but most importantly, you will learn and master the 4 basic personality types and how to relate to and influence them differently. That's day 2. Now we have day 3. Day 3, Tony calls his baby. This is the biggest day. This is why Oprah Winfrey's coming back this time with 50 members from her team. Day 3 is not called Most Improved Day. Day 3 is called Transformation Day. It is on day 3 where you and Tony Robbins will literally identify and completely eliminate your main 3 limiting beliefs. Right then and there, you will destroy them. And then at the end of the day, you will create empowering beliefs that will allow you to take massive action in the most important areas of your life. Team, this is the day. Once you destroy what has been holding you back and create new beliefs, that is the day where your new life begins. Most powerful day. Which brings us to the bonus day. It's only a half day, which is day 4. We believe health is wealth, and here's why. What can you do? Think about this, my friends. What can you do at 100% besides sleep or do nothing without energy? What can you do at 100%? How could you possibly be your absolute best without massive energy? It's not possible. On day 4, Tony Robbins teaches you the 13 master principles of having absolute pure energy. Okay? Now, to get certain results in your life, whether it's more money or better relationship or health, is it important to invest in yourself, yes or no?
Yes.
Why? We all know that we should, but why is it important to invest in ourselves? What are we always asking other people to do or clients to do? To believe that we're worth investing in. Exactly. Why would someone else invest in us if we won't even invest in us? If there is ever a time to invest in yourself or invest in your business to better your life, when would be the best time? When? Now. Because what's the truth? Rule number 1 to transformation is honesty. What's the truth? If you don't invest in yourself now, when will we? Never. We say someday, someday, someday. But you know that road to someday leads to a town called nowhere. I don't know where you are in your life. I don't know you personally. Hopefully soon I will. Maybe it's with Tony Robbins. Maybe it's not. But here's what I want you to get a point. Here's what the point I'm trying to get across. If you do want better results, if you want different results, if you want more of anything or less of something, I urge you, please, take some sort of action. Take some sort of action. There's no point to wait on it. Because here's what happens, everyone. And you tell me so I don't have to say it. If you do not destroy your limiting beliefs today, will it be easier or harder to destroy them tomorrow?
Harder.
Exactly. And that's the point I'm trying to get across. Now, whether you are going or not going to the Tony Robbins event, I'd like you to please do yourself one favor. On the back of your form or wherever you have room, I'd like you to take a second and I'd like you to think about what would you want to get out of it. If you were to spend 3.5 days with the #1 success coach on the planet, if he could help you achieve extraordinary results, what would those results be? What would you want to get out of it? And get specific. Don't just say money, because you don't want paper with dead people on it. What would the money bring you? Is it more freedom? You want a better relationship so you have more passion, more love? What do you truly want? And by the way, just so you know, I'm not going to ask you for the answer. This is just for you. You can draw a picture of a shark eating a fish. I wouldn't know. Draw something, write something that you see, that you visualize, that would make you feel a little bit different. Whatever you write down, make sure it creates some sort of energy. It should put a smile on your face or something. What would you want to get out of 3.5 days with the #1 success coach on the planet? And before you write this down, I want to share something with you, real quick. A lot of times people write this down with the mindset that they can't, because they have 2 biggest limiting beliefs. What are the 2 reasons why people don't invest in themselves? Time and what?
Energy.
Exactly. But it's really just the fear. Fear they don't have the time, fear they don't have the money, or they don't have the energy, whatever it is. Take the fear out of it for you, do the exercise, and watch what the exercise alone does. Go for it. Give yourself about a minute. What do you want to accomplish in your life? What do you want to get out of the event? Go. Now I know most of you have already made the decision. You have already made the decision to destroy your limiting beliefs today by seeing the #1 success coach on the planet. Others will once I'm finished. Let me give you the options. The first option we have is called diamond seating. Diamond seating is right up front. There's no waiting in lines. You're escorted to your seats. There's only about 50 seats in diamond. There's about 7 seats left. That's where all the celebrities sit, and that's things like that. I personally have never sat in diamond. I personally also don't see the biggest difference between diamond or VIP, but if you're the type of person who needs to be up front, go for it. The one I recommend the most out of any of them is the VIP. I even like it sometimes better than the diamond. VIP includes no waiting in lines, all 3 days plus the bonus. But the most important thing in life, the only way to destroy these limiting beliefs is by taking massive what? Action. Now watch this. Is investing in yourself an action, yes or no?
Sure. Yes.
It's the best action you could take. The best action you could take. Why? Because when you invest in yourself, what do? Warren Buffett, I quote him. When you invest in yourself, you guarantee the return of your investment. I'm proud to say that Tony Robbins rewards people for investing in themselves and reward them by corporate rates. Who here likes corporate rates? Say yes? Yes. Anyone who goes VIP, executive, or general admission, go ahead and cross those rates off. As if you sign up at a workshop like this, it is half off, which is awesome. Exactly. VIP is only $7.95. The executive investment is only $6.45. And general admission is only $4.95. Again, if you sign up at a meeting like this, it's half off, which is unreal. All right? I'm proud to say that we're the only event that does this where you can literally try it out. You can try it out. If you're not the type of person who jumps all in, you put your toes in first, you can do that at this event. And here's how. We understand that the fear of the unknown can stop people from investing in themselves. And we take the fear out of it for you. It is a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, half the day Sunday. At any moment on Thursday, any moment on Friday, you actually believe that this is not the best investment you have ever made in your entire life, no problem whatsoever. You take your workbook right to customer service, you turn it in, you sign your name out, and you get a 100% full refund within 24 hours. A 100% full refund. So if you even believe a little bit that this event can have a positive impact on your life, give it a day, give it 2 days, and watch for yourself what it can do for you. And it's tax deductible. Okay? And moving forward this, but who believes that? Who believes that spending 3 days with the #1 success coach on the planet, who believes that could do something to transform your life by a show of hands? Why do you believe that? Because of proof. For 36 years, for the most successful people in the world. So just by curiosity, because things may change if we have a certain amount of people, how many of you are thinking about going? Who would like to attend this event by a show of hands? Oh, we definitely have enough. Keep them high, because if we have 7 people, things change. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so I saw a couple of these. I think those are the ones who are still thinking about it. So we do have to be 100% committed. If we do have 7 people sign up for this event, everybody gets upgraded to the next section. Just so you know. If we have 7 people sign up and invest in themselves, everybody gets upgraded. So that means there will be no general admission. If 7 people go, the executive investment will only be $495, and the VIP up front, which I would do for that rate for sure, will only be $645. Okay? Again, VIP is $645, and executive is $495, and that's if we have the 7. This is tax deductible. Give it a shot, give it a day, give it 2 days. Watch how the event will transform your life. It did mine. I know for a fact it did it not only for AJ, but his entire family, which is why he started working with the company. Any questions moving forward with this? Any questions at all? I see a couple people already filling out. Wait, let's see how many people we have. 1. What happened to the 10 that just raised their hand? You want to go as well? That's 2. Who else we got? 3. Let's get our 7. Who else wants to go? Everybody over here is going? All right, so here's what I will say, guys. I've said it before, I'll say it again. Give it a day, give it 2 days, and watch for yourself what it could do for you. Okay? AJ, anything you want to share with the team? You want to tell me your personal story or anything like that?
Yeah, as I was, I shared it in the very beginning, but my first Tony Robbins event was when I was 9 years old. My parents dragged me to this event, and he said to me, he said, AJ, you have to go to this event. My sister went, and get this, 200 members of our entire family went to Tony Robbins. Okay, I was 9 years old. The youngest was 5 years old, my little cousin. 5 years old went to Tony Robbins. We had like the 3 entire rows to ourselves. And my dad and his cousins signed up for a Tony Robbins event, and they loved it. And they said, our entire family needs this. Not just 1 or 2 people here and there, but every single person. And I'm not saying we have the best family in the world. We have a lot of arguments and quarrels. But every member of my family has been to this event, and it's completely transformed their life. And I remember, I used to go every year because I really loved it. And then I moved to the United States. And I remember freshman year of high school, after the first semester, I had a 1.5 GPA. 1.5. I couldn't even play tennis. I love playing tennis. I played tennis with Lenny, and I couldn't even play tennis on the team. And my dad said, look, Tony Robbins is coming to Orlando. You have to go to his event. I said, yeah, just sign me up. And I'm not saying this to be on my chest, but I graduated high school with a 4.8 GPA and went to the University of Florida full scholarship. And I can tell you personally that Tony Robbins will and can transform your life. It's you can go, as Lee said, you can go to the first 2 hours, or you can go the first 2 days of the event. If you don't think it can transform at least one area of your life, you get all your money back. 100%. So it's just a very small investment to transform your entire life. If you can do it, do it. And if you can't do it, make it happen. Because I promise you, 3.5 days with Tony Robbins will completely transform your life. And I get this question all the time when I do my workshops. I say, hey, look, can we bring someone to the event? Can we bring a loved one? Can we bring my child? Can we bring my wife, my husband? And I say to them, yes. On the left side of the form, it says additional enrollments. You can bring anyone to the event, and we'll give them the same corporate rate we're giving you today. So all you have to do is fill out their name and email address, and we'll give them that same corporate rate. That's all I have to say. I just want to, Lee, thank you very much for,
We'll be here if you have any questions whatsoever. You guys have been outstanding. Thanks for participating. Give yourself a huge round of applause.